Welcome back, everyone. I'm lead trainer with StocksToTrade, Tim Bohen. Today we're going to be given kind of a mini tour of a lot of the components of what we call the daily income trader system. Now, there will be a link below. When you go to that link, and I'll remind you at the end of the video as well, it's going to take you to a multi-time per day live tour of the system. So this is going to be kind of a quick, 7 to 10 minute breakdown of what we show you in that 1 hour webinar. So I'm going to kind of like a mini tour, kind of the cliff notes basically. So hopefully you enjoy, understanding how we use breaking news, how we use a $3 million algorithm, Oracle, that's on your screen right now, and how we use the support and resistance levels to determine entries, exits, stop losses, goals, major resistance levels, and really how to game plan a trade. So I'm going to go over arguably the best trade of the day so far. Still early, still 11:24 today, but we're going to be talking about LUNR. So LUNR, just a little bit of context on this stock and why it was on our radar. Number one, this stock was on the weekend watch list. Now, I know I've mentioned a couple things about the tour of the system, but also we'll link below. Every Sunday, I send out a free watch list, 100% free, with charts, video, support resistance levels, breaking down the news, everything. So that's separate. Okay, that's the free weekend watch list. Check that out, subscribe to it, 100% free. And the reason I bring that up is I want to explain why, LUNR was the number one. So you go back to that watch list. This had been a multi-day runner going back to last week when they had some news right here that they were working with SpaceX. Okay, this is a very small, speculative, space-related play, but they actually did a co-launch with SpaceX last week, which is, it's big. It's Elon. I mean, we all love Elon, right? Changing the world, baby. He's going to save us. We might be living on Mars, but he's going to save us. But anyway, great example of what we look for in these low-price stocks, these speculative stocks. I mean, you can see just a couple weeks ago, this was a $2 stock, okay? Had been steadily uptrending and then really exploded on that news with SpaceX. So that was this day here. Went up to about $7 and then closed last week. Let me jump to the 5-day here. So then after, not 5 year, 5 day, Tim, there we go, 5-day. And then you can see that closed the end of the week very strong. This would have been the Friday close right here. So basically at a multi-month breakout above the level of the SpaceX news. So that was key. It spiked earlier in the week, kind of chopped sideways, then closed very strong on Friday. Then we come in this morning, starts gapping up. So now the stock already been on our radar all last week. We get the gap up in pre-market. So then a lot of people are like, oh man, you come in this morning. By the way, it is Tuesday. Yesterday, the market was closed for President's Day. They come in this morning and you get the FOMO and you're like, I missed it, I blew it. And listen, one of the biggest things with day trading is some of the biggest runners become the biggest runners. And I know that sounds kind of funny, but if you've been trading these speculative, explosive moving stocks, you know that pattern repeats. Like you get that huge initial run, then they typically either base or fade, okay? The ones that fade, that go back to the levels pre the news, you take those off your radar. But the ones that hang around, and maybe you've heard me use that term, are the ones we constantly roll over. I've done many videos talking about the rollover watch list methodology, but we keep these things on their radar as long as they maintain above the levels. Now, again, if you trade speculative stocks, a lot of them spike fast and pull back fast. That's why we like to go long on the front side and we like to short on the back side. So there's so much opportunity on these stocks if you know how to manage your risk and plan trades. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So anyway, this was on all of our radar this morning. So now, how do you game plan? How do you trade that stock today? So the great thing about the daily income trader system is we have access to what is called breaking news chat. So breaking news chat is two 25-year analyst veterans, okay? They're in this chat room all day long, and this is only included in the daily income trader system. And what's great about these guys is, it's an absolute killer app. Like most of you, and let me know in the comments below, like you're out there, you're on Twitter, you've got news feeds. I mean, probably all of you have that. Maybe you're in some chat rooms, but you're just inundated with information all day long. I mean, I think back to when I got started trading back in 2006. Back then, we were at an information disadvantage. Like, I mean, this is pre-Twitter, okay? Or maybe just the very, very early days of Twitter. I think Twitter launched about the same time I got started, but back then nobody was there, and the news feeds weren't as powerful as they are today. So you look at Twitter and the chat rooms and the news feeds, which is great. So now you have access to all this information, but now you're literally drinking from a fire hose. And it's like the exact opposite when back when I got started. We were starving. We were dying of thirst. I'm trying to make this analogy work, for information, because like we wouldn't know. You'd see stocks moving, and you're like, "Why is this moving?" And you'd ask your buddies, and like, "I don't know." And you'd ask around, and nobody knew. Fast forward to today, complete opposite. Now you're just absolutely all day long. This, boom, 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 boom. It's like, and especially if you're new to trading, it's too much. You can't manage it. So what breaking news does is they actually filter all of that information down to give you only actionable information. And like, here's a good example. Let me show you a live view of breaking news. You'll see that, this is my live view. There's only a message every few minutes. Like right here's a 10-minute span before they posted some information on RYDE and IPO this week, and then NVIDIA, Josh Brown breaking it down. But you'll see, like even here from 10:30 to 10:45, so you're not being absolutely blasted. You're only presented with actionable information that actually has the potential to move the stocks, which is what you want. I don't want noise. I want stuff that I can actually make money on. So going back to this stock, coming in this morning, 8:27 a.m., I was starting pre-market prep. Many of you might know about pre-market prep. Also included in the daily income trader system. Included in that system is 5 live webinars a day. I go live at 8:30 Eastern. I go live at noon Eastern. Bryce Toohey, another millionaire trader, he goes live at 9:30 Eastern. Matt Monaco, another millionaire trader, actually goes live at 10 o'clock at night. You get all these webinars. And then we got Caleb, who breaks down a lot like what I'm doing at 2:30 Eastern, showing you how to use features and parts of the software. So not only do you have live trading, live actionable trading, you also have mentorship on how to use the tools that are included. Like maybe you have a platform now, maybe you have StocksTrade now, or another platform, and you're like, man, I wish I had a manual. So that's what we do every single trading day as part of the daily income trader system. So I go live at 8:30 Eastern, and you can see 3 minutes before that, LUNR, big gap from 732 to 9. They launched more news with a moon soft landing on from February 22nd, first descent by a private moon company. So they reissued this press release breaking that down. That it's coming up in a couple days now. Today's the 20th, so now they're going to do a soft landing on the moon. Plus, they had the news with SpaceX last week. So now we have a stock that was on our radar because of everything that I broke down, was on the weekend watch list. We're ready. Big gap up, okay? Big gap up from 732 to 9. How do you trade that? So now we take that information, and this stock immediately rocketed to the top of the list. If you've seen my pre-market preps, if you've been on them, we talk about actionable entries and exits. I said right here at 7:30, impressive hold. Week after the news, still holding up. So we've got all these notes, everything. We're ready to go. Now let's let the rubber hit the road, as we say. So we go back to Oracle, and this is that stock prediction algorithm. Actually cost us over $3 million to develop. And what this does is it gives you a watch list of the 20 most actionable stocks every single day, as well as directional bias. You'll see some stocks are green, some stocks are red. The stocks that are highlighted in green are stocks that we look to go long or buy and sell higher for profits, or stop out lower for losses. And then you can also see there's a handful of short selling opportunities. So if you're a short bias trader, Nikola. Everyone knows Nikola, the scam with Trevor Milton and rolling the semi trucks downhill. I'm sure you all know that story. Anyway, this was a short. It's 76 cents, and it's currently at 70 cents and getting wrecked. Beautiful. Wow. I didn't even know that. I was, the feature of this video is LUNR, but you can see just 3 short bias stocks. And if you would have shorted Nikola at 76 cents, look at that washout and about ready to take out support. Woo! Well done, Oracle. Back to LUNR, okay? Most of you are probably gonna be long bias traders. You know, short selling can be difficult for new traders with small accounts. I never consider short selling advanced. I do consider it intermediate though. So what I always coach everyone to do is learn how to be profitable on the long side, then flip short. Anyway, back to LUNR, you can see that we had a signal at $9.55. So here's the progression with the daily income trader system. You use the watch list to know the actionable stocks. You then bust out breaking news to see what's happening the current day for actionable catalysts. Then you use the entry signals from Oracle to actually know when to buy that stock. And then here's the next coolest part. You know where to take stop losses as well as where to take profits. So let me show you. So that 9:55 signal hits right at the market open. And you can see that, let me zoom into a 2-day here, get this a little less noisy, and then let me go to a 5-minute chart. So once we zoom in, you can see that that 9:55 entry signal was right in here, right after the market opened. Stock did pull back, but if you notice, it never broke through this lower support level, okay? It did break VWAP, but it immediately bounced off this lower support level. And these levels match up with the Oracle support and resistance levels, which are calculated based on technical analysis. Now, I know a lot of you probably struggle with technical analysis. You know you need to know it. You know you need to break down the chart to manage your risk and determine entries, but it's hard. It takes time. Like, I wish I could show you everything about technical analysis in a 10-minute video. I can't. What I can do, I can teach you how to do it. When you join the daily income trader system in those daily webinars, I can teach it to you in a few weeks or a few months with daily repetition. And I can massively accelerate your learning by using these support and resistance levels. So if you would have bought at that entry signal, 9:55, you can see it never broke below the previous support level, basically consolidated at VWAP, and then ripped higher, okay, all the way to almost 12 bucks a share. Now, the reason that is significant is this right here. If you notice this 1183 major resistance level. Now, I know it's a major resistance level because it's highlighted in green, bright green. So that is an area that I know that if I take this trade, it went straight vertical. If it fails to break through that level, then I know it's time to take profits. So a bunch of people in the system took profits in basically the mid-11s after it failed to break that area. Notice, stock pulled all the way back to below 10. Now, I still think this stock has potential, especially into that February 22nd announcement. But listen, right now, big pullback. Do you want to exit in the 1150s or maybe even the 1180s? Or do you want to hold down here in the low 10s or below 10? And I can know that by following these levels. Now, if you notice, they're represented right here too. So you can see right here is 1183 in bright green. Now, had this thing broke through 1183 and held above that level, you would have seen the next resistance level shift to this next area at 1437, because that would prove if the 5-minute candle closes above that 1183 level, that would tell the algorithm that this stock is basing above that previous resistance level. And remember that when resistance breaks, those levels tend to become support. So those are areas that you can now look to trade off of or manage your risk off of. Now, this one did fail. Now, you'll notice this little 8 right here. It broke through 1183 8 times, but failed. And the reason I know it failed is the resistance level didn't shift to the next level. So now I know that that is a key resistance level and would have been a smart place to take profits. Now, next phase, it's still very early. It's 11:37 a.m., okay? So what I can do is maybe I got up late, which why did you get up late? Anyway, maybe you got up late. Maybe you're West Coast. Maybe you're in Asia, okay? So now, as you head into the afternoon, you could have used that 9:55 entry in the morning. Now I got a new entry into the afternoon, that 1183 break. Because if this thing pulls back like it is and retests that level, that would give me a new entry and then move my goal up into those 1437 areas. And if it spikes up to that area and fails, then I would move on again, maybe in the low 14s. It's a couple bucks a share, not bad, especially even with a small account. A couple hundred shares, $2 a share. Hey, you can pay a lot of bills with that. And just repeating that over and over again. So you take the 955 entry, you sell in the mid to high 11s in the morning, and then if it retests that level, then you can retrade it. Now here's the best part. Like, most of you can only trade once a day, maybe less if you're under the pattern day trader rule. So what's great about using that 1183 into the afternoon is now I know if it doesn't hit that level, I don't trade the stock. Like, you need to understand, guys, and this is so important, understand when to stay in cash or trade, okay? Like, over trading is the bane. It will destroy so many new traders because you see so much happening, you see so much news, all this stuff going on, you think you have to trade everything. By using Oracle, you simply just trade the stocks that hit the signal and you don't trade the ones that don't. And it keeps you out of trouble. It keeps you from over trading. It keeps you from violating the PDT. And at the end of the day, most of you probably have day jobs, okay? Like, you can set alerts at these Oracle levels and only trade the stocks if they hit the levels. So now you can focus on the day job, you can focus on the family, focus on whatever you need to do, and only trade the best setups every single trading day. Okay, guys, this was, again, Cliff Notes, but I want to explain to you the power of 5 webinars a day, all through the day, the power of rollover watch lists, the power of breaking news, the power of 8:30 Eastern. We went over this stock live together, okay? Then you add in Oracle, a piece of software that keeps you in the best trades and out of mediocre trades, which is absolutely a complete total game changer for you that are new and or struggling. You might be both. Well, odds are you're probably both. I mean, you're probably watching this video because you're trying to make it work. You're up against roadblocks of knowing what stocks to watch. Okay, that was problem number 1 we solved. What's the actionable information that you can actually trade? We solved that with breaking news. When do I enter? When do I exit? We solved that with the live webinars and the algorithm. And when to stay away from trades, which is also accomplished by Oracle. So many of the issues that you are struggling with. Listen, I was there 18 years ago, but I was there. I mentor traders every day. I see the same mistakes happening. The best way to cure all of these is visit that link below. When you go to that, it is a free live tour, hour-long video, sometimes longer. Sometimes, if there's a lot going on, we'll do an hour and a half. I've done 2-hour webinars using Oracle live. And keep in mind, these are 100% free. So if you're intrigued by what I quickly went through, and this was quick, but hey, it's YouTube. Everybody's got short attention spans. I got to grab you. Okay? But if you're serious, like, what's going to happen is probably 5,000 of you are going to watch this video, and thank you for watching. Hopefully you learned. And about 50 of you are going to be like, I want to learn more. I'm serious. I'm committed. I actually want to quit doing random things. I actually want to be a professional. I actually want to take it to the next level. So those 50 that are saying that to yourself right now, you visit that webinar, and we start them out at 8 in the morning and we do them till 9 o'clock at night, and we even do them on the weekends. So register now, even if you can't attend the webinars today. Like, maybe you got a busy day. You'll be on the list and you'll be notified for tomorrow and the next day and this weekend. Join the webinar you can make it to, see a full hour, hour and a half, sometimes 2-hour tour of the system, and see how it can absolutely solve 99.999% of your trading issues. Check it out, my friends, and we'll see you there.